There we go. I think we should be good now. Yep, there we go. All right. So, building Fat Rat. Seeing there, left of the screen, the layout. I do have the layout link on the description if you want to build one yourself. I've done this before, actually. I have the old video up as well, and a video about the finished pedal also. And I gotta say, sponsored by Tata. So thank you, Tata Electronics, for the parts. And even before I've been getting my parts from there for years. Because it's just pretty much unbeatable. Good selection, everything you need pretty much. And yeah, every time all my orders have been pretty good. I mean, not just pretty good, but amazing. So, and yeah, you get your knobs, switches, jacks, pots, and enclosures. All you need to build a pedal. But what we, of course, start with at first with building pedal is, well, the board. So we're gonna cut the board to the measurements, and it's 17, so I don't think this will do it. 3, 5, yep. This little strip is not enough. So what I need to do is I'm gonna go here, and we're gonna take 15 to 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That would be 15. And then, so 17. We need to make a cut there. So then we have 17 over there. And then let's check. I'm just gonna do we want 15 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So my cuts would go there, and then of course that one as well. So that would be my board. And that's how you do it. I always say, like, double, triple check. Really something you need to do. Just in case. You don't want to. I mean, this stuff is pretty cheap, but still, it's annoying when you fuck it up and have to make a new one. So I'm going to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, there we go. So we're ready to cut the board. Well, it's on the layout, so that's where you take the ground wire from. I just follow these. Really. So it's on the bottom left. Oop. And then of course you do the whole star crown thing. So in the end, the crown is gonna get in here, into the jacks and in the switch. And I'm gonna be using a switch that has one of these little ports that I've designed myself. So makes things a little bit easier. It has, I think, 3 different grounding points. So I've done those for myself. Just to make things a little bit easier for myself. And if you happen to be in the Europe, you can actually order those, I think, from my shop. And you too. Thank you. And good luck with your builds. sometimes that might be needed as well. Usually not. Especially with the verified stuff. And then I clean up the board a little bit. Take care of the rough edges just a tiny bit. But not too much. I'm doing this build I'm putting it in this size of an enclosure in the end, so that's more than enough. Really, I'm not running out of room, so I don't need to be really filing this down. So I just do a little bit of that. There we go. All right. And then the next step, we start putting down marks for the cuts. And this one, you can always see again on the layout on the left, Rocco Fat Rat. Link in the description if you want to check out what it is and build one for yourself. We got 20 cuts. So, and in this part, so the parts are actually going in here. So what you need to do is mirror this. So now when we flip this over, the first cut on A3 is actually going in here, in there. Because now when we flip it, the cut is where it needs to be and where it's seen on the layout. So layout is, you gotta get used to it. So I'll show you what I mean. I'll put the cut on the layout on strip A and on hole 3. So now when we'll flip it and the component goes on this side, the diode D4 in the layout will be on top of that cut. So there we go. That's how you do that. So remember the mirror. I've done the mistake plenty of times where I haven't. And then you gotta do a new board because you fucked up. Straight in the beginning. So I'm gonna start marking these and then I'll show you, if you haven't watched my streams or videos about pedal building, I'll show you what I use to make the cuts. And I have a good method for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Those 2 cuts go there, like that. And then we have one under the CLR, which I'm not going to use because that's the LED resistor for the LED that you use on the switch. So I have it on here. So that little thing over there. Surface mounted part. Yeah, I designed that way. Right. And then we got 2 from here and 1, 2, 3. That looks about right. And then we got 3 in here. And this pedal is actually going to see some action. It's gonna go on a gig. First one might be later this month. This rat. and go places. No? There we go. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's start counting. Yeah, if anyone watching has any questions to ask, I'll try and answer. But really, I just really like building these. So the technical side, I'm not that good at. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I think we're missing one. Where could that be? Hello, thank you, Couch Potato, for the description. Welcome to my channel. I hope you find something useful. And if you don't, well, you're always welcome to make suggestions on my channel. You can do that on the videos or wherever it seems appropriate at. I think that one goes there. So that's the one we're missing. All right. And I think that's all of them. I'm gonna do a couple of just quick checkups. Want to get an idea if they are all in the right place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Yes. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. I think we're good. So just compare it to your layout. And if mistakes happen, still, I've done those in my streams. So don't beat yourself up to it. And like I've been saying, if you do a verified layout from these sites, yeah, if they don't work, it's probably something you've done wrong. So, and every time that's happened to me, it's been my mistake. So just take your time and figure out where it is. We'll probably talk about the most common ones, and I think I have a video about that as well on my channel. So I have a few. One is about the tools that are good and handy to have. Not all of them, not essential, but I use all the stuff I introduce in the video basically every time I make a build. So you can get some tips, even though if you have been building a while, you might figure out something and a way to do something better. So check that out. And then I have a video about some beginner mistakes. I should probably make another one because I think I forgot to mention a few at least. So maybe I'll make part 2. Here we go. So this is how I do the cuts. A really efficient, nice way. I do need to clean this up a little bit with a knife after this too, but a good drill bit for metal. And let's check the thickness. It could be 3. Yeah, 3 millimeter. So that's what I use, and I recommend. Makes this really easy. Yeah, so you just press it where you want your cut and where it needs to be, and drill a little bit, not through even, like that. And trust me, I've tried other methods, not as good. And every time I see someone who's just begun to build pedals and they do it with a knife, I'm like, nope, no, don't make it so hard on yourself. Do this. There we go. That's almost done. And then what we need to do is, like I said, a little bit of cleanup with the knife though. So the edges, we're gonna get rid of all the extra that might be left. Like that. Go, and then the other sides. So my own personal fat wrap is I lend it, and apparently it is good. So I'm in a deal. Yeah, I can build one. So that's why I'm doing another one here. Like I said, there's already a video about building one and some sound samples from the finished pedal. But I do enjoy building these. It's a fun little hobby. So why not make another one? There we go. All right, and now we're ready to actually start soldering. So at least it looks like it. I hope so. So we flip it like this. Like I said, I'm gonna take my little holder and I gotta check quickly, see where it is. So hold on for a minute. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. This handy little tool. So a little helping hand, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here. And then we're going to start doing the links. And for the links, I'll show you what I use. As I said. Oh, and I got to say, again, if you haven't already checked my channel, there's quite a few of these build videos on my channel. So you can check those out. The last one I built was the Nobels ODR one. I actually liked it. I want to box one up and then take some captures for tonex. So anyone who used them, tonex, could be using the Nobels ODR. And I might actually even, I think I did the modified one, which I found useful. So then you could play one yourself on your computer. So, but links. So what I use? Well, I use just plain copper wire. That's what I noticed myself to be really efficient. And the ones that go under the socket for the integrated circuit chip, I have this thinner one. And then the ones that are not under anything, I have this a little bit of a bigger one. So that's how I work. And then these are one of the essential tools. Clippers like these that are really flush on here. So, but yeah, I'll put those down first. Let's see if I can get it to the right place. There, and no, one. There we go. And then yes. And I'm gonna try and get these really clean. That's it. That's in the right place. And then it has one over here. There we go. Yep. Looks good. And then we'll get the thicker one. And I always, because I do like to make this pretty clean. Sometimes I could make these a bit cleaner, so I do flatten it up with these kind of pliers. The wire. I want it to sit pretty flush. And then we have just a little bit of it over there. Seems. Let's check. Yeah, looks to be right. Twist those like that. And we're good. Then another one of these small links. Almost right under it. And again, I gotta say thank you to the sponsor, Data Electronics. You can see it over there. So that's where I get my parts, and I've been getting them for years. For they sent me some. And I will be in the future as well, because they just have such a good selection. So I don't want to be, and the price also really good. So that's my recommendation, and has been, and will be most likely. I mean, we are getting some new laws, but I think they're trying to affect stuff you can order from Temu, eBay, blah blah blah, and not really gonna get that much into it, but you know, I think they're gonna just stay the same. Amazon, eBay, blah blah blah, they're still gonna be running the stuff as usual, and all that's gonna get affected are the small sellers that would like to sell something internationally. So again, it's not gonna probably affect corporations. They say it should and will. But hey, that's what it is. I just hope I can still keep ordering from Tata. That's what I'm getting at here. All right. All right. There we go. And we had 7 links. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8. All right. So everything's in place. What I do now is I do this little thing. So I press and then I still straighten these up just a little bit like that. I press a little bit more. There we go. And now I'm happy with that. Happy how it looks like. It's pretty clean looking, I think. Yeah. I mean, that's good. And then let's get our soldering iron on. And for that, what do I recommend? Well, anything really in the beginning when you're starting that has a small tip, small sharp tip like this. So but what I'm using is drop something. I can get that off the floor. So I can step on it. So what I use is soldering station from Lidl, like this dark side. So that's been pretty good, handy. We're gonna heat it up to 400. And we're gonna start soldering. And the usual order in which I do this is, of course, I start with the links. So that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, now we're to the actual, well, I started the build, but now we're actually getting to the fun part. However you put it. There we go. And then also what I do recommend is keeping the table clean. So do that. Get rid of the trash while it accumulates. Every now and then just take the little stuff into the trash. So like, I have this crap here right now, so there we go. The station iron really heats up quite fast. That's another nice thing about these soldering stations. And that's how you do perfect soldier. This is gonna look nice and clean. Everything should be in the right place, I hope. Yeah. Again, if there's something on your mind and you'd like to ask something, to go ahead. Comment. Like I said, I'll try and answer to the best of my knowledge, but don't expect me to get too technical. I'm not really well educated on the math and on these things. So. Oh. And there we go. That's it. Yeah. Let's take a look at this side. Oh yeah, that's really good. I'm happy with that. Except that could be flatter, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna leave it this time how it is. And then we clean this up. So, and that's why these flush ones are so nice. So you get this course really clean. Here we go. Like that. All right. And now we have a good looking links here. Gonna flip it over and we're gonna start putting down the other parts. Now I usually have a little glue cat over here, but I don't know where it is right now. But to keep these in place, I use that while I'm soldering them onto the board. So I'm gonna get some. And like I said, keep your table clean while you're doing this. So I'm gonna take out the trash as well. Here we go. So it just put a little bit of that and it keeps these in place while you solder like that. All right. Now let's check once again that we're in the right place with this. Yes, we are. All right, good. We're ready to keep going. And in this stream, my goal is to get this ready to be tested. And after I'm done, I will box this up. And I'm not going to be streaming that because that it's for first. No one wants to hear me drilling because it just sounds annoying. But I'm thinking about making a video about it. I do have a video about it, but I'm gonna do a version that's an updated version about it. So I think that could be cool. All right, there we go. And we are ready to start with the components. And I have my components in these kind of containers with mini grip bags on them. And I usually start with small components, get the bigger ones. So I'm going to start with the bigger pair caps we see. So we got those 100 PF and 33 PF. So let's see if I can find those. There we go, 100. And then hopefully we got the 33 here as well somewhere. 33, come on, come on, come on. I might have to check another box of these. Yeah, it looks like it. But I'm gonna put the 100 in place already. And yeah, if you're again interested in pedal building, you haven't, you want to, and so on, check out my channel. There's I got a lot of stuff about getting started, what kind of tools you need, essential parts, tips, tricks, and quite a few videos on my builds that I've streamed or done. So that should get you started pretty well. All right, so that one goes here, I think. Yeah, that 100. And then I didn't have the 33. God damn it. So I am going to check if we have it on this little box that I have here. I hope so. But if not, I'm just gonna put something like a 47 on there. It shouldn't matter too much. So guess I kind of doubt that. Oh no, NF nano. Yeah, we want Pico. 30. That's cool. Close, no cigar. Almost, but not quite. And so on. Oh, 330. Come on, give me 33. 1. 36. I'm just gonna put both there if they're close. I'll carry up 36 if I can't find the 33. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Oh. Good. Yeah, it's when you start this thing up. I mean, it's building's fun, and there's lots of layouts you can do. I'm gonna put that on. It's good to stock up on with parts. You're gonna be needing them. So it's but don't stock up like blindly. Like just get like some value packs from eBay. This is another of my tips. If you do that, you're probably gonna end up with a lot of stuff that you actually don't and won't ever need. So essentially, you're paying for, you know, nothing. So just take a look at the layouts or schematics from pedals you can see on the internet and find out what the most common stuff is, considering like transistors and I'm calling these chips, and then get those and really check the most common ones. So that's my tip. So you don't really accumulate any like useless extra stuff, and then make sure you get the right resistors, values of caps, and so on, so you don't accidentally, and I've seen this happen, get like too big ones, or well, not really that, pretty much. So do a little bit of research before you get into it. Yeah, good to check some videos on the subject and so on. So something that you should do, in my opinion. That way you're gonna spend your money much wiser as well. And the other thing is, I've also said this on the beginner mistakes video, I think, is get your parts, get good parts. So, and this is why I'm recommending Data myself. Just for example, there's parts like this, the jacks. So you can get these from eBay for like really cheap, but they're not that much cheaper, but the quality is so much worse. So if you do get those, you're probably gonna end up having connection issues, grounding issues, and shit like that. Trust me, I know because I've done it. So that's why I can say it. So especially these parts, get good ones. Don't use eBay or Amazon unless the seller is an electronic store like Data. Data actually I think sells on eBay as well. So, but save your money and save your nerves, because then if you do that, you're gonna have pedals that won't work as they should. Trust me, I know, because I've done it. And then later on, you're gonna, if you want those pedals to work, you're gonna have to replace the parts anyway with the good ones that wouldn't cost that much more in the first place. So there you go. Take my word, really. I do know what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright, D4 is there. Because that's what I did when I started out, and since then the old pedals that I have, I've replaced the shitty jacks and switches and so on, and now I have working pedals. But for a long time I had like issues with certain pedals all the time because of the shitty parts I've ordered from eBay. Yep. Shit is crap, as I say. There we go. Yeah. Build starting. And then I'm going to put down T4148. So the diodes, and these are the clipping diodes. And the Fat Rat has two options. So this is what the Fat Rat is about. And I've done, you could do a lot more actually too. So if you'd like, you could have a rotating switching between lots of different clipping options, LEDs. I think the Rat has you go on the internet and search for Mightier Mouse. You can have MOSFET clipping options. LEDs sound pretty awesome, I think, as well. So you got options, and you could put them all in one pedal. So I think that's pretty cool as well. Two, 7, 0. Let's see if I have that one. Oh no, I don't. Do I? Maybe in here. So I'm gonna put the tab 41 over there. Yep, that's what we're going to do for D3. There we go. It goes over there. Almost put it in the wrong place. The right way around. And the diodes are always these are oriented. So you gotta take care. You gotta put them the right way around, and you can see it by the black line, and it's on layout as well. So here we go. Let's solder diodes. There we go. And yeah, I do other stuff as well on my channel. Today I actually made a video, but a while ago I bought a software synth from Cherry Audio, the ARP 2600 emulation, and yeah, I played my guitar through it. So I have a video about that I posted today, and I actually made the preset I did available. You can check my Ko-fi page and grab it for free. So there we go, and that kind of stuff also. So music, plug-in software, and you know. Occasionally, I do make some music as well. I have a few songs on the way, so I should be dropping a few. Well, I'm not gonna say when, because it depends when I get to and when I feel like getting them done. So. But any of these days now. And then the next thing I start with is the resistors. So that's the usual common way to do it. And I put down everything that begins with 1. So 1K for now. Like that. And I have 2 resistors marked 1K. So I'm gonna go here. There we go. Oh. There we go. And then I got 1.5, and these I have in a pretty good order in my container. So it just makes everything when you build stuff like this, it just makes everything well much easier. You don't have to spend time wondering where I put it and so on. So another one of my recommendations: organize. Get organized. There we go. Should be in the right place, and yes, it looks like it. All right, that was the 1.5K. So then we move on to the next one, which is 10. All right, 110 coming up. Oh, I've actually forgot the other transistor completely. So socket. So that's fun. So let's put that in, of course. Because yeah, we got a Q1 and Q2 on layout, and those are for the transistors. And I'm gonna use the sockets. I've done this build, so I could basically just solder them straight onto the board. But nah, I'm gonna do this the way I always do. So that one's gonna go there. So let's solder that on. Here we go. It's nice because then it lets you have the option to try a few different transistors if you'd like. So yeah. All right. Oh, and hey, if you'd like to hear this pedal later, well, you can of course check the video I've made about my earlier build. But yeah, if you'd like to see a video about this one, let me know. And I am not sure if I've already I got 200Ks now going on the board. But yeah, if you'd like to me to do a capture, a tonex capture of the fat rat, let me know. Because when I turn this in, I'm gonna of course get my own one back. Then I could take some time to make some good captures. And I have. I have done some captures, so if you're a tonex user from IK Multimedia, if you're not, you can check that out for free. A really good guitar software plugin that you can get and try out. So I have made quite a few tone models that you can get. And I've been meaning to make more. It actually takes quite a while, so I haven't really had the time to do it. Well, I had the time, but I like to do some other more fun stuff than those. All right, I think that's everything that starts with 1. So after this, we got like 3 resistors left to put in place. So I'm going to solder these on here before it gets too crowded. So let's go. Get my solder sucker a bit closer here. This was what I mean about it getting crowded. So sometimes it's nice to just put smaller amount of parts on the board and then solder. Bad rat. Bad rat is gonna get played alongside of bad monkey. Yeah. Much typed. Good as Blonde Centaur pedal, right? Don't believe the hype, what I'm gonna say. There we go. Oh, that one's sticking out. I don't like that too much. So I'm gonna try and press it a little bit. The other one side too. There we go. Much better. All right. And then my solder iron, it automatically turns off after a certain amount of time. So it was trying to turn off, but we are progressing in such a pace that no, dude, can't do that. All right. So snip, snip, cutting the legs, making sure there are no bridges between the strips. That is essential, and it is one of the most common mistakes you can do when you're building. So, and that's why I said these kind of pliers that are really flush on this side are really nice for this stage of the build, or clean up. There we go. All right, so then we got 47, another 47 ohm, and then a 560. So let's put those in place. What? Oh. I don't have a 47 ohm. What? Really? One of those. So what I'm gonna use then? I could use a 51. I think. Not too far off. Why don't I have a 47? 470. I remember one like resistor that is I see sometimes, and you can't get it from data. It's like weird value in that way. And yeah, no, I don't have a 47 one. So what I need to do, I think, is if I want to get close to 47, I do need to put a few resistors again in series. So I might do that. So if I have a 39, for instance, I could then check damn it, I might. Could be. So. This is annoying. I could do that. 10-0 and 39. Yeah. Damn it. Annoying. Annoying. Really is. Just making sure I don't have it anywhere else. In the wrong spot, I mean. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do the usual trick. Well, so you'll see that. Yep, that's what I gotta do. Two, 50. Do you have 15? No, it's just 20. And then it seems like I'm gonna have call, so let's keep on working, but I'll have to turn the mic off for a moment. So this ain't pretty, but you'll see how this works. Yeah, and I also gotta get something to drink. So I'll continue working, but for a moment you won't be able to hear me, but that shouldn't be a problem. I'm not that interesting anyway. This is the thing. Interesting. The build. Bad rat. Gonna get played with a bad monkey. Alright. And then 47. Oh. Oh, no, not there. There. Like that. So those are now 49 ohms. So it's a bit closer. But that's what you can do sometimes if you don't have the exact value. You want to get close to it. So you can put two resistors like that in a series. And then you can get the value sometimes that you actually need. All right, so just a little bit solder there on top. There we go. Over there. I don't like doing this really, but sometimes I just gotta. And that 47 ohm could have been, like I said, there's one value of a resistor that I've had in these builds, and I haven't seen in the usual on these resistors available even. So that's why I've probably made this more than once, this little trick. There we go. If you do it correctly, it doesn't look that bad, I'll say. There we go. There we go. All right. So, and then we have the 560 ohm. Well, let's see if I have that one. I do. Yeah. Yeah. And then we should have all the resistors in place, actually. There we go. There we go. Like that. All right. Now I'm gonna get a call, so I'll turn my mic off. Keep building. Take also a little break, clean out the trash and so on. All right, back to the build. Let's check the sounds if they are. Yes, we are. We are back. All right, so let's break over. So I had a problem. I don't have a 6.8 UF caps, so I got a substitute, and I'm gonna substitute it for a bigger one, because that's the way around you usually do it. And I actually looked that up. Yes, I wasn't sure. And hopefully that won't affect the sound too much. But that's what we have to deal with. And I don't know why I don't have any 6.8 ones. I've run out. I haven't ordered any. I'm still checking just in case. But yeah, this is a bit annoying. I have this bag that has some weird values in here. Just check this one as well. Did I have one here? No, I don't. And I checked another bag I had. So yeah, it looks like crap. I don't have 6.8s. So I gotta get my shopping list done and order some stuff. Yeah. Especially potentiometers and so on. So yeah, I'd like to do a little bit some more builds and streams on my channel. So I do need some parts if I'm gonna be doing that, and I do need to check the layouts in advance that I want to make, of course. And no, again, I gotta say, if you have any suggestions on what you'd like me to see me build, drop them in the comments. Nothing with unobtainable vintage parts though, so you know that would be, I think, just mean. No, I'm kidding. But really, you know, there are lots of pedals like that, and yeah, they're not that special, let me tell you. So, not gonna be doing. Not worth the time, really. There we go. And yeah, maybe next time when I'm streaming. So there we go. It looks like I have all the parts pretty much in here. So we're gonna start putting pots in. Oh, nice. Yes. So let us check. No, there we go. One resistor missing there. 1 mega. Yep. So yeah, and you can check the sites where I get my layout from my videos, and from this one, so it's Dirtbox layout, and the other one, Stackboard Effects, that has a lot of them. So I've built quite a lot. Like I've been saying, you can check my builds on my channel. I think there's the tab where it's the live tab, so you can see past streams on there. And if you'd like to get in the pedal building, or if you have built pedals, well, maybe still you can get some tips on how to get better, so on. And like I said, you can check those sites out where I get my layouts, and then make a suggestions on what you'd like to see me tackle with, I'll say. All right, volume 1, volume 3, and volume 2 to output, yeah. And every one of these is A100 pot. So we're gonna get into these, and I'm gonna use the stranded wire, and I'll be using this one. So my trusted good old, I'm gonna put this away now. So that's our board. Let's see how it looks like. I bring it a bit closer. I think the auto zoom is still on my camera, so but yeah, it's pretty good. So that's how it looks like, and the underside looking pretty clean. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems there with any unwanted links. Yeah, but if this doesn't fire up the first go, I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning, and for that I just have this kind of tool, and I go between the strips like this. Like that. And then I have a small brush. I brush stuff off there if there is some. Yeah. Alright, so I'll use a stranded wire for the most part, or for the pots and switches, and then for the other stuff later on, especially, I'm gonna be using solid core one, and I think I'm gonna try and leave a little bit of loose stuff when I'm boxing this up, so I'm gonna make this a bit easier for myself in that way. And here is my all trusted test box, so I'm gonna be hooking this up into that one, hopefully pretty soon. There we go. And then when you do this, always pre-thin the leads, and that means we're gonna put some solder on them before we solder this into place. There we go. And for this, so again, when you check the potentiometer and you see the volume 1, volume 3 on the layout over there, so this is volume 1, volume 2, volume 3 from here. this side up from the left. 1, 2, 3. So then when we turn it like this is 1. All right, let's try and get this over here. There we go. And then nice. Up. There we go. In place, and then in place. Let's put it over here. So over there, over there, like that. And this is my all trusted helping hand. All trusted, busted. It works. So I'm gonna keep using it as long as it does, and still has one alligator clip on it. There we go. All right, so we got our volume pot in place. Yeah. Then we have distortion 1 and distortion 1 and 2. So let's put, I'm gonna show you how I do this. Take that much again from there. Oh. Like I said, I'm gonna be pretty generous and have some extra. So when I'm boxing this up, at least I won't be problems with too short leads. I'd rather have a bit of extra. Make it easier for boxing up. And the boxing up I'm not gonna stream, but I might make a video about. So if you are curious about how that is done, well, I do have a video about drilling the enclosures, but boxing one up, I'm not sure if I've done. Probably. So if you're interested in that, yeah, you can check out my channel, of course. And again, 1, 2, 3. So now 2, 3, and 2 and 3 were linked together. So I am going to do this right now. There we go. And we keep it there. I think we can. Let's see. A little trickery needed. But I'll be doing it. I will. Precision work. Go. Give that side a good soldier. There we go. And then over. There we go. And then And usually, so these are board mounted pots. So these go into boards like this, usually like that. You can see, and I've ran out of the ones that you usually do with these builds that have the lugs on them with holes. So I'm using these, but they work just as well. So really, same stuff, different lugs, and usually application. But these are what I have to do with now until I get a parts order going. There we go. All right, so that was our tripod. We are finishing, getting near to the end with this build. There we go. And again, let's put it like that. Fat rat, fat monkey are gonna be friends. There we go. That's good. And then the third pot, which is filter. So filter 1. Yeah, there. Filter 1 and 2. 2 and 3. So the same thing as with tripod, they're gonna be linked together. So, and take this. Okay. And I think when the circuit is ready, we're gonna fire this up, and I'm gonna play through some tonex app. So I'm gonna put Studio One on. Let's gonna put tonex on there, and I'm gonna play this through that. All right, and then we have the pot here. 2 and 3 were linked, as I said. So those two. Oh, let's do it like that. Let's see if it sticks. All right. And let's twist it over there. Do that. Then mm-hmm. There we go. All right, filter 2 and 3, flip switch 2 and filter 1. So filter 1 is gonna get into the clip switch as well. And the clip switch is, so let's take that amount of closure, a bit more on there. Again, you can delete. There we go. And then like that. All right. And then let's put this where it belongs. So there we go. And over there. All right. And then let's get to the switches. All right, so clip switch 1, 3, 2. Oh, that's yeah, 1, 2, and 3. So we already have those, yeah. So let's take these. There we go. 2 leads into that one. All right, and then like that. And we got this little thing. So switch 2, middle lug over there. And then we're gonna take there we go. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Clean it up. We are getting close to a finished flat wrap. So that can be 1, and that can be 3. There we go. There I formed an unwanted connection between those two, and there I cleaned it up. Yeah, sometimes happens, usually. A little bit of a reheating of the solder does the trick. And then we got the fat switch. It's here. 2 and 5 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that's the order for these. So 2 and 5 and then 4. So I'm gonna do this little 2 and 5. I'm gonna be linking those two and then taking the 4. Yeah. No. So here's what I'm gonna do. No need to take 2 leads instead. Take 1 and put it like this. Here we go. There, and then bend it like that. Yes. That should do it. Work smart, not hard. There we go. Yeah, good. It's good. And then we got 2 fat switch 1 and 4. Yeah. So there we go. And then 4 more leads and we're ready to test this thing. Almost done. That means we're almost done. One. Oh, let's put it already. And 4, which means they're gonna be. No? The lead is too fat. There we go. There we go. That's the way they need to be. Oh, that's why the iron has turned off. Wait, there we go. This heats up real fast. All right, and then double clip. Hoppa. All right, so the that, so switch 2 and 5 goes here, and then 1. Let's say the 1 is the yellow one. There we go. And then we have the last one over there. Yeah. All right. Hook it up. Oh, that's an on one. There we go. That would have been an error. Mistake. There we go. So all the parts are here. What we need now is 4 more leads, ground, output, nine volts in and out. And for that I am gonna use my usual solid one. And I gotta take just a little break, and then we're almost done with it. All right. So let's go. All right. Just gonna take this one, strip it, and then when I'm putting this in the box, I'll get the leads to the desired length. There we go. And this one goes to the 9 volts on the layouts. There we go. That's it. Yep, that's solid. All right. All right. Then we got the ground, which I always use the same colors, and that really helps, especially if you have to troubleshoot your pedal. Always use the same color combinations. Here we go. And I already fired up Studio One, so it's almost ready to go. And pedal is about to get ready for a test drive. There we go. All right, just the input. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that much. Feel that. Oh no, I put those in the wrong place. It looked weird. Alright, I'll just move them around. Small mistake. Easy to fix. And if for some reason this doesn't work, there's gonna be another stream where I do get this working. So that's then something to check out. There we go. Okay, let's put these in the right place. So 9 volts goes there. And the ground on the bottom. And then what we have left is the output from the volume part. Here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, so which was it? It's this one. So let's take, I think that much. Hopefully. All right. And soon I'll talk about another common mistake when you're building pedals. This is a really common one you can do quite often. It's easy to do. You feel embarrassed usually when you do it. So, those are the stranded ones. That two. These are the solid ones. So I put them over there. All right. Some trash. I think we should be pretty good with this. So then the test box, and if you build pedals or if you're gonna build pedals, you really need to make one of these. And I've promised to do a video about building yourself one. I still think I haven't, so I need to. I really need to. And the thing about this test box is, well, you don't want to necessarily, when you're building pedals and testing them out, every time you make one, solder the foot switch, LED, and power onto the strip board. So what we get with this is a box that has all of that, easy hookup, and you're ready to test your pedal. All right, then all I need to do is get my cable from here, like that. No. All right, and then let's start up Studio One. I'll take these into the trash, clean up a little bit, just a little. So soon we'll fire this up and see if it works. All right. And before that, the common mistake that I was talking about is you forget I'm not sure, but you can basically it's just the outboard wiring in a box that you would do. So you can just check on the offboard wiring. I think I do have that linked in one of my videos. I can link it on here. But what you can do is you can Google pedal DIY pedal offboard wiring, and then it's basically that in the box. So except the input, output, ground, and power go into these, and from here these contact points on the switch and into the power jack. So that's pretty much it. You can do a bit better box that has all these other cool things, as like a noise generator, which is pretty handy, and then some other stuff, and that's actually the one I've been meaning to do on one of these streams, so I might do that eventually. And I do have the schematic. I just looked at it today, so if you check the video description later, I might have it in it, so do that at some point. I'll try to remember. If I don't, just leave a comment and ask for it, and I'll then do it for sure. I hope that helps. Even a little. So yeah, now I have those in place. Now it's ready to actually get tested. So video 1 fired up. that. Let's put instrument cable on there already. There we go, Studio One. All right, let's see if we can hear this. Oh, let me mess around a bit. All right, I think we have sound. It looks like it. So, let me hear it on this one. Oh yeah, there we go. So, let's fire this up. And then let's start turning knobs. Hold up. I still need to set up an easier setup for myself. I still haven't done that. Quite annoying at the moment. There we go. That's working. There we go. And it fires up. Yeah. Alright, so the rat's working. Ah, man. Nice. So let's play just a little bit with, you know, Alright, and I'm gonna mute myself for a moment so we don't hear the picking noise from the microphone, which is gonna hear my DAW. And I'm gonna make some sounds, so I'm gonna mess with the modulation, delay, and reverb units on the tonex here. So we're gonna do that. For that reason, let's make the tonex a little bit bigger. There you go. So I hope you can see that. I'll just play a little mess with the settings. So let's see what we have. So I forgot to put the Logitech mic off. Now let's put it off. So that's we're hearing some chorus.
Alright, so yeah, the red really works. I've been messing around with these a little bit. Where we have delay on here and some modulation still on. No, it's not on tonex. So I've been playing with this one, and I just figured out it would be really cool to have some presets separately on the modulation, delay, and reverb units on here. Why not the compressor as well? But that would actually be an improvement, I think, in this app or plugin. So let me know if you agree with that. But yeah, I guess, I mean, yeah, why not? That would be pretty good. I'm gonna turn the reverb into a plate. It's on already. Let's put the mix down up a bit. So let's hear. Let's go back to the amp. I'm just gonna crank the gain up. Alright, and let me turn my mic down. Let's play a little bit. Alright, I don't know what the hell am I doing anymore with on here, but yeah, that's the tonex, that's the fat rat pedal seen there on the table. So let me put this smaller again, and let's transition. There we go. So yeah, there we go. I didn't mess with the knobs too much. I just cranked the volume and then put some gain on here. And then hold up.
And then I just played just a little, you know. Really, really nothing fancy. I haven't warmed up anything like that. So let me just clean up a little bit and then I'll talk just a bit about this and then we're done with streaming. All right. All right, so there we go. Like I said, successful build again, and the link to this one, if you want to build one yourself or you're interested in this stuff, check out that. You can get layout from there. So dirt box, and there's tons of cool stuff over there you can build for yourself. And I think there's a bunch of layouts from on there about parasite audio circuits, and those are quite fun to like really mess your sound up. So I would like to build a few of those. I'm gonna be probably checking those out at some point, and hopefully be building them on my stream. Leave comments, questions, anything. I'll try and answer. But yeah, this is the fat rat. It's gonna get boxed up into this, and then it's gonna go and tour the world. So it will be heard by people, and it's gonna be friends with a bad monkey pedal. So they're gonna be pals. And yeah, I'll box this up. There's probably gonna be a video about that too. I'm gonna be recommending it. So you're gonna get some tips on how to design that thing, how to get something like this onto the enclosure easily, and for drilling and everything. Yeah, I have some tools, and you can check the videos about all that stuff on my channel too. The common tools you need, everything else, how to start building pedals. And if you haven't, you're interested, check those videos out. Comment on them. Let me know what you'd like me to do next. For now, I'm gonna go outside. The weather's hopefully not too bad, so I'm gonna enjoy some fresh air. And next time when I'm streaming, I don't know what I'll be doing, but of course something else. It's not gonna be this rat. So everyone that watched, thank you Couch Potato, for subscribing. I hope you have a comfortable time on the couch, and I'll see you next time. Have fun, enjoy your morning, evening, day, night, whatever it might be over there, and check back later. All right, I'm off. Have fun and rock on.